One more time for Cam for putting this whole thing together. North Bend, I'm happy to be here. I did a show in Chehalis last night, and yeah. All I can say about that place is, like, at least it's not Aberdeen, I guess. North Bend, I'm happy to be here. All the brown people must be in South Bend. No, I am happy to be here performing in front of such a diverse audience. I guess we need DEI audience members now. All right, my name is Andrake West. I'm Black, white, and Native American. Guess we gotta do a land acknowledgement ceremony now. But I was just telling you guys that, because, like, I know how I look like, you know, like, I look like TSA's worst nightmare. It's tough looking like Jose mixed with Hamas. And if it's confusing for you, don't worry, because it is for me too, because I'm not particularly good at being any of those things, okay? Yes, I'm Native. I've never gone hunting. I've never sold fireworks. I'm white, but I don't like going to farmers markets. I don't let dogs lick me in the face. I'm black, but I still gotta wear sunscreen. You know, like, technically I could say the N-word, but I also look white enough to get beaten up if I did, so. Very confusing. Black, white, Native. My mom is white. My dad's not a part of my life. And it's okay, you know, my mom's the best, you know. She always made sure it never seemed like there was anything missing from me and my sister's life. And she also always ensured that we knew that we were a part of the indigenous community, even though she is not. So she'd do things like take us to powwows every now and then. So you can imagine what that looks like, a white lady walking around a powwow with a couple brown kids. Looking like Sandra Bullock. And you know, my mom, she makes fun of me a lot still, but the main thing she would say to me when I was growing up, she would say, "Andrake, you're kind of a mama's boy." I was like, that's a weird thing to say to me considering I don't have a choice. You know what I mean? Like, if I prefer Dad, who isn't even here, over you, I don't think you're doing too good. No, I had a good childhood, I did. I grew up playing a lot of basketball. I went to a private school, and I was like the black kid at the private school. And like, I know you all can see me. If I'm your black friend, you need to step your game up. But yeah, I played basketball at a private school. I also played AAU basketball. And if you know anything about either of those, you'll know they're on very opposite ends of the competitiveness spectrum. You know, private school basketball, you're playing against nothing but future real estate agents and investors. You know, they got their basketball stuff in a briefcase, like, come on, Gerald, it's game time. AAU basketball, you know, it's a completely different vibe. You're playing against nothing but future Division I athletes and gang members. In private school basketball, there's no intensity. It doesn't matter if you win or lose, you're still gonna get orange slices. And if you win, the parents still do that cute little tunnel for you at the end. It's like, if you lose, they're just like, well, did you have fun? Because that's all that matters. AAU basketball, you know, you can feel the intensity as soon as you get to the gym. You hear the parents and coaches, they're both screaming at the refs. because they're not calling anything, because they've been out back smoking blunts in between games. You know, winning is all that matters in AAU basketball. Sometimes I'd get a ride from my coach. He'd be driving me. He'd be like, Andrake, I'm going to tell you this right now, okay, buddy? We better win this tournament. And if we don't, you're going to have to find another ride home, okay? Sorry, buddy, this van's only got room in it for winners. I was always like, well, coach, if we lose, doesn't that just mean you did a bad job? Guess who didn't play the whole tournament? We won the championship, too, so... What's that tell you? It goes, I'm just a liability, I guess. Yeah, I had a good childhood. I grew up listening to rap music. I like rap music because it makes you feel tough. You know, I'm not tough, but I feel that way when I listen to rap music. And every genre of music makes you feel something. You know, you listen to rock and roll, feel rebellious. Listen to R&B, feel romantic. Listen to country music, feel racist. My girlfriend took me to my first country concert last year. We went to Morgan Wallen. She was like, so how do you feel? I was like, that was good. I really feel like burning a cross. This guy in the front row looks like Morgan Wallen. There's a guy over there, he looks like Lil Dicky. I don't know if you guys can see him. But yeah, I like rap music, you know, and like some people, they'll say kids shouldn't listen to rap music when they grow up, that it'll negatively affect them or whatever, but I don't think it matters, you know. I don't have kids, I would never tell anyone how to raise their own kids, but for example, when I was growing up, 50 Cent was my favorite rapper, okay? Okay. And he released an album called Get Rich or Die Trying in 2003. I was 6 when it came out. And my favorite song off that album, the Pimp song, you know. And we all know how it goes, you know. He said, I don't know what you heard about me, but a girl could never get $1 out of me. I used to sing that song with my chest. And now my girlfriend lives with me rent-free. You know, speaking of rap music, I live on the east side of Tacoma. That's the appropriate response to that. Like, I know we're all getting excited for summertime, but summertime there is a little different. It just sounds like the 4th of July by the 1st of June. Just... My girlfriend, she's always like, oh my God, what is that? And I'm just like, what do you think? They're out there playing Grand Theft Auto for real, okay? And like the thing that upsets me the most about living where I live isn't even like the crime or violence or any of that, but it's when someone looks me dead in the face and they say, well, Andrake, money doesn't buy happiness. It's like, on one hand, I understand and I agree with the sentiment of that statement, but on the other hand, I've been to Gig Harbor. Seems like happiness is just a tax bracket away, I don't know. I mean, as soon as I cross the Narrows Bridge, it's like the sky is bluer, the grass is greener, the homeless have homes, I don't know. You know, money won't buy you happiness, but it will get you a Whole Foods in your neighborhood. The best we have is a grocery outlet, and it's like, it's fine. Yeah, it's fine. 1 person out of 200 cheers, that's statistically right, I think, and yeah, it's fine, but like you can't buy regular groceries at the grocery outlet, you know, like you can't walk in there and buy Cheerios. Instead, they have a cereal called Kiddos, and it's got a picture of Epstein's face on the box. I was like, what are we doing? And then I saw the chocolate ones, they have R. Kelly's face on them. I've mentioned a couple times I have a girlfriend. You guys can probably tell just by how I'm dressed that I'm dating a white woman. The flannel and Converse combo is not really helping my case, and when you're dating a white woman, it's natural you'll spend a lot of time at Target, and I don't really like Target, to be honest. That's a place I feel like you should really only be for like 20 minutes tops, but that's typically how long we spend picking out a candle, and every time we get to the kids' clothing section, she stops every 5 feet. She's like, oh my God, isn't this so cute? And I'm always just like, yep, it's adorable. Do you think the children that made those clothes also need to try them on to see if they're true to size? I'm gonna do one more and then I'll get out of here. My girlfriend, she woke up very upset this morning. I woke up in a good mood. It's Saturday. I get to be here in front of all of you guys. And I was like, good morning. She rolled over. Morning. I was like, what's wrong with you? She rolled back over. What's wrong with me? Actually, what's wrong with you? See, last night, I had a dream. It's more like a nightmare, if I'm being totally honest with you. And I said, okay, well, what's that have to do with me? She said, because in my nightmare, you cheated on me. With an ugly girl, too. I was like, okay, well, why would you even have a dream like that? She said, I think it's my intuition warning me about your future actions. I was like, I think you watched too much That's So Raven when you were growing up. Why don't you look it up, okay? So she did. She searched on Google. She said, why would I have dreams that my significant other is cheating on me? Here's what Google said. Google said, dreams like this typically occur due to underlying trust issues, insecurities, or unresolved conflict within the dreamer's own mind. I said, wow. Google gaslit you better than I ever could. Thank you guys. That's my time.